Welcome back to Grammar Grade 6. This is Unit 1, Lesson 5, and it's the last stop in Unit 1. We've learned about subjects and predicates, and now we get to snap them together into whole sentences. Today we'll meet the simple sentence and the compound sentence, and I'll show you one sneaky trap that fools a lot of people. Let's build. Let's start simple, and I mean that literally. A simple sentence has just one subject and one predicate. Here's one. My puppy chased the ball. My puppy is the subject, the one we're talking about. Chase the ball is the predicate, what the puppy did. One subject, one predicate, and one complete thought. That's a simple sentence, and it's the building block for everything else today. Here's a surprise that trips people up. A simple sentence can still have two subjects, or two verbs, and stay simple. Watch. Maya and Leo cheered and clapped. There are two people, Maya and Leo, and two actions, cheered and clapped. But it's still one complete thought about one team of people doing things together. So even with a compound subject and a compound predicate, this is still one simple sentence. Doubling up a part does not make a new sentence. Now let's join two simple sentences into one. A compound sentence is two complete thoughts joined together. The most common way is a comma plus a joining word, and, but, or. Listen. I love pizza, but my brother loves tacos. Look at each side. I love pizza is a whole sentence all by itself. My brother loves tacos is also a whole sentence all by itself. The comma and the word but glue them into one compound sentence. There's a second way to join two thoughts, and it's a fancy one, the semicolon. A semicolon looks like a period sitting on top of a comma. It can join two complete thoughts all on its own with no joining word at all. Watch. The bell rang. We raced to lunch. The semicolon is doing the whole job of connecting those two sentences. You'll use it when the two thoughts are closely related and you want them side by side without an and or a but. Now here's the trap, and it fools almost everyone. Look at this. Sam kicked the ball and scored a goal. There's an and in there, so it looks compound, right? But peek at the second half. And scored a goal has no subject of its own. Who scored? Sam did. This sentence has one subject, Sam, doing two things, kicking and scoring. That's a compound predicate, which we learned last lesson. And it is still just a simple sentence. The and joins two verbs, not two whole sentences. So how do you tell them apart every time? Use this one test. Find the joining word, the and, but, or the semicolon. Then cover it up and look at both sides. Ask yourself, is there a full subject and a verb on each side, so that each side could stand alone as its own sentence? If yes, it's compound. If the second side is missing its own subject, then it's a simple sentence with a doubled up part. The secret is always the same. The second side needs its own subject. Let's boil it all down. For any sentence, count the complete thoughts. If there's just one complete thought, it's simple, even when a subject or a verb doubles up. If there are two complete thoughts, each with its own subject and verb, joined by a comma plus and, but, or joined by a semicolon, then it's compound. And remember the trap. Just two verbs sharing one subject is still simple. Count the complete thoughts and you'll always know. Ready to try some together? In this first set, decide whether each sentence is simple or compound. Count the complete thoughts and watch out for that trap where two verbs share one subject. Pause the video and try each one yourself before I give the answer. The rocket lifted off, and the crowd cheered. Cover the joining word and. On the left, the rocket lifted off. That's a full sentence. On the right, the crowd cheered. That's a full sentence too, with its own subject and verb. Two complete thoughts joined by a comma plus and. So the answer is compound. Our team practiced hard and won the game. Careful, this is the trap. There's an and but. Look at the right side. Won the game. Who won? Our team did. There's no new subject on the right. It's one subject doing two things, practicing and winning. So the answer is simple. I finished my homework. Then I played video games. Here, the joining mark is a semicolon. On the left, I finished my homework, a full sentence. On the right, I played video games, another full sentence with its own subject, I. A semicolon joining two complete thoughts. So the answer is compound. 3 more. Same plan. Find the joining word or semicolon, cover it, and check whether both sides have their own subject and verb. Pause and try each one before I answer. The comet streaked across the sky and vanished. Cover the and. On the right, vanished. But who vanished? The comet did. There's no second subject. It's one subject, the comet, doing two things, streaking and vanishing. So the answer is simple. You can bring snacks, or I can pack a lunch. Cover the joining word or. On the left, you can bring snacks, a full sentence with the subject you. On the right, I can pack a lunch, a full sentence with the subject I. Two complete thoughts joined by comma plus or. So the answer is compound. My cat and my dog nap on the couch all day. This one has an and near the front, joining my cat and my dog. But that's a compound subject, two subjects sharing one verb, nap. It's still one complete thought about the pets napping, so the answer is simple. Let's wrap up, and with this we finish Unit 1. Nicely done. A simple sentence is one complete thought, even when a subject or a verb doubles up. A compound sentence is two complete thoughts, each with its own subject and verb, joined by a comma plus and, but, or joined by a semicolon. And the trap to remember? Two verbs sharing one subject is still just a simple sentence. Count the complete thoughts and you'll always know which is which. That's the end of Unit 1. I'm really proud of the work you've put in, and I'll see you in Unit 2.